I mean, the reason why I did arrange it this way is that the host is in the middle, and then followed by his father, and the rest follow. So it depends on the number of images that you have. That will be determine how you are going to arrange your work. Okay, so now the first thing I have to do, or you have to do, is to click on the background, because we want the images to be on the background. And then go to wherever that you have your images from. So the first one is we are going to bring in this particular image. We are going to remove the background. Okay, or better still, you can remove the background with everything then before you bring them. So reduce this. You're going to reduce this image. Let me zoom in, double click, then right click it, rasterize it, go to properties, and then we are taking it off, remove the background. Once the background is removed, okay, you go in for your brush tool or your eraser tool. Alright, your caps lock is on, turn it off. The brush or the eraser is too big, so you reduce it, and then you just fade some parts off, just as to blend with that of the background. Okay, so I think something like this is okay. Go in for your move tool, resize it. You can just turn it like this, so something like this is okay. Double click, then you are bringing in this one, that is his father. So I'm teaching you how you can arrange them. Resize, double click it, rasterize it. The same thing, you are going to remove the background. Once the background is off, you know what to do. You just have to fade some parts off. What you are going to do is to bring in this one down. Okay, yes, and then I want us to increase the image. Then what we are going to do is, let's bring in our ruler. Okay, so let's bring the ruler here so that the image will not cross that of the ruler. Then I want us to reduce the host, this one. Okay, good. Then when you are done, let's push this one backward, something like this. Then let's bring this one down. Okay, good. Then the next thing is, let's click on this, the down one, and then bring in this particular image. This one, the background is already removed, so the work is going to be so easy for us. You resize it, you bring it somewhere here, make sure that they are ahead. Let me zoom in. So zooming in helps us to have a clear look at our work. Okay, so something like this. Then push it down and bring it somewhere here, enter, and then what you have to do is to rasterize it. Go in for eraser tool, and then brush some part of the image out. Okay, so this is what you have. I want us to select this, and then we fade this one to some part off. We will not see it. Absolutely amazing. You select your move tool. Once you select your move tool, the top one, or this one, yes, the one that we just brought. Okay, then this is going to be this woman. This, yeah, bring it here, and then we are going to reduce the size, which is too big. Going to reduce the size, bring it somewhere here, double click to accept, and then we are going to rasterize it, and then go to your property, take off the background. Once the background is off, as usual, go and pick your eraser tool, and then you play along with the edges. You fade some of the edges off. Okay, so this is what I have. Beautiful. Okay, and then what we are going to do is that with this, let's bring it down, and I want us to reduce that one. It's quite big, so let's reduce it. This is okay. Then let's bring this one here. Alright, absolutely amazing. Okay, so it's left with one more thing, which is two more, sorry. Let's bring this as well. Let's reduce the size, and then you know what you do. Once you reduce the size, you rasterize, and then you take off the background. Okay, go to properties, and then you take off the background. Once it is removed, let's reduce the size. It's too big. Yeah, let me bring it here, and as usual, double click to accept. Go and select your eraser tool, and you know what to do. You brush some part off. Okay, very beautiful. Just take your time. Okay, so I think this is okay. So once you are done, select your move tool. We don't need this property. Okay, then bring it somewhere here, down. Alright, so we want the head of the females to be super, so you can bring your ruler here. Okay, very beautiful, so that everything will be aligned. Okay, alignment in your design is very, very, very important. Okay, calm down a little bit. You can decide to use your move tool to just move it around, but I personally I still see the image to be big, so let me reduce it a little bit. Okay, yes, and then zoom out. Okay, let's zoom out to have a clear look at how our work is doing. Okay, very good. Increase the image small, bring it down again. You have to take your time when you are being arranging. It's very, very, very important. Okay, it's very, very important. Let me bring it close, then down a little bit again. Then what you are going to do is press enter to accept. Okay, now once you press enter, it is left with one more image which we are going to bring, then we are done. I think this is okay, so let's bring in one more image which is going to be on top of all the images. Okay, so bring it, which is going to be Adelaide Desia. Let me bring it on the Photoshop. Then we are going to reduce the size, or better still, let me double click to accept. You know what to do, remove the background and then the rest will follow. Okay, so let's rasterize it. Go to property and then take off the background. Once the background is removed, just take off your eraser tool. As usual, you fade off some parts of the edges off. Yes, so I think this is okay. Then go in for your move tool and then you resize the image. Okay, so let me zoom in the image down a little bit, which I think for now is okay. So press enter. So once you press enter, it means you have accepted it. Okay, so we don't need this, so press this. I think this is how far we have reached, so let me bring it down a little bit. Okay, all right, and bring it down, and then let me shift this here a little bit. Okay, and then bring this one to here a little bit, and then let me shift this up. Okay, so yes, this is it. Okay, so we don't need the rulers anymore. We are done using them. It's better we group all these images. Okay, so let's see the original work. Beautiful. Now let's group all these images and then group them. Control G and then double click, and then I will name them images. This is going to be a very lengthy design, so let me reduce all of them together. So like this is okay. Double click to accept. Okay, so let me zoom in to fit, and this look amazing. This look amazing. Okay, so yeah, so that's it. So what is left is for us to bring in their names. Okay, so let me expand this a little bit. Okay, so with that of their names, I'm going to fast forward it. Okay, yeah, but I will show you how I did that. I'm going to fast forward display, so I would like you to take your time and watch it. So I'll go select my text tool and then go and use the bold fonts. Okay, yes, we are using the bold, and then yes, let me zoom in so that we can have a look at our work. So this is beautiful. Okay, so that is it. So let's start by starting with the first name. Okay, the name of the first person, which is this one. So let's start with it. Is Reverend Dr. Divine Ade. Okay, so you can see from here that it is there's too much spacing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to close down the spacing, but don't forget that I made mention in my view when we were starting that your character is very, very important. So start change from the VA to 0. Okay, so that you can close up the so we have something like this. And go in for your text tool, yes, for your move tool, and then set it to, I think 14 is okay. Alright, so let me fast forward over here. Just take a look at how I will do mine. Alright, so copy this and it will follow. So once you are done typing all your text, I think the text is too much. I mean, is big to my eyes. So let me see. Yes, it's big, so I would like us to reduce it. Okay, let's reduce it to somehow 10. Yes, okay, which is okay. So let me zoom in and then apply to all. Once you are done, we are going to point out this rectangle, okay, this yellow arrow, all right, pointing to each of them nicely. Okay, so let's do that.